Hey guys, this is SoFlo Josh and I'm over here at South Dade Kia to review this 2024 Kia EV9 Wind long range model. Huge shout out to them for allowing me to review this all new amazing 3-row SUV. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get to the outside of this bad boy. So the 2024 Kia EV9. Now this is Kia's fully electric 3-row SUV currently on the market. It runs on an 800 volt architecture, the eGMP, which is used for the EV6 as well as the upcoming the Ioniq 5 as well as the Ioniq 6. So this is the first 3-row model that Kia, Hyundai, or any of the Genesis products have right now on the market. So with that being said, let's go ahead and talk about the exterior of the EV9. Now the EV9, you could see the similarities towards the Kia Telluride, and that's not a bad thing at all, because the Telluride is an absolutely amazing 3-row SUV. It's actually one of my favorite 3-row SUVs that you can get. You know, it is priced perfectly. I think it looks handsome, it looks aggressive in the front and the rear, and they've done that with this. They futurized what the Telluride is. So let's go ahead and talk about the front end. Now this is the Wind model, so this isn't the GT line that gives you the more aggressive lower power, the fender flares that over here that are gloss black. No, this is your basic version of the Kia EV9, and I absolutely love this version. So let's go ahead and talk about these headlights over here. So as you can see, these are full LED headlights right here. You have your DRL over here that actually come in amber depending on the trim level that you get. I believe the base model comes with the amber. When you get to the higher trim levels, you get a the white version DRLs, which I don't mind. I would wish that they can kind of carry over the DRL to have that orange strip. I love amber lighting, especially at night. It looks absolutely amazing and it looks aggressive. These headlights are aggressive nonetheless though. They go from the bottom all the way to the top over here on the side. I think it looks great. And in the front, you can see, since this is an electric model, you don't really need a grille. Very big prominent front end. This is the Tiger face grille, which is known for Kia models. Now they've switched from Tiger nose to Tiger face, and it's absolutely amazing. I love the overall design. You have that new Kia logo right there on the top, and then over here across from the inside of the headlights, you go across, you have this nice silver design all across, as well as a nice black plastic cladding right over there. And you drop it down low, you can see that there is functional air vents over here. Now what that does is that adds cooling for the battery pack that we have in this model. So really cool that Kia has done a functional air vent over here. I think that looks awesome. Down over here you have more of that silver styling as well as that black plastic cladding that goes across the exterior of the model. As you can see here, we have on the side more of that large black plastic cladding, and honestly I don't mind it. I know some people don't like black plastic cladding. I actually like the overall design of it. I think it looks really nice, especially for an SUV like this, an electric SUV nonetheless. But let's go ahead and talk about those rims. Up here in the front, we have 19-inch, I call them Ninja Star rims, and I think they look absolutely nice. They're both gloss black with a nice silver aluminum finish all across it. You have the come whole version of these wheels right here, and this is going to be great for efficiency. This is absolutely going to be amazing for efficiency. Getting over here to the door sills and the side mirrors. Right here you have full LED turn signals right here across. Nice body colored mirror. Some models or some brands actually do a gloss black over here, but I prefer to have a non-gloss black over here because, reminder, whenever you're driving on the highway, those trucks that have rocks, or it seems like it's covered up, but it's not. It's gonna hit over here, and that gloss black is gonna get very much damaged. With this paint, you can't really see that, which is really good. And I like the Kia did not go ahead and do a gloss black over here. But over here on the A-pillar, we actually do have a nice gloss black A-pillar that kind of, makes it seem like it's a floating roof. And I like the way they've done that. Over here in the back, you could see that it still has that nice gloss black finish all across the top. And this is not even a GT line, so usually with the with the performance spec trim levels, you usually see a gloss black, and in the lower trims you actually get a silver finish like this. But luckily Kia went ahead and did a gloss black all across, and that divides the bottom portion of the door and the top portion of the roof. So really nice. And you have your roof rails over here, nice silver finish. Nice door handles also, they come out whenever you come close to it. Right now I have the car on, so it's gonna be out the whole entire time. Bottom sills right here, you can see black plastic cladding with that silver finish all across. And then getting over here to the back, we have the charging. Now the charging over here is a DC fast charger, and you have the regular AC charging. So whenever you're at home and you're charging it, this does run on the 800 volt architecture like I mentioned earlier, so this is going to be great DC fast charging. I believe they said that it takes about 10 minutes to get to 50%. If not, I'll go ahead and edit it mentioning exactly what it was, but I believe it's 10 minutes to get to 50%, which is absolutely amazing. You can also do with the charging over here, you can also like power certain things like some kitchen stuff, like a coffee machine when you're out camping, which I think is absolutely amazing. This 800 volt architecture is crazy, and it's actually really efficient compared to that of other brands. So getting into the back, we have a really nice light fixture right here. I love these tail lights. They are full LED all the way down, and you have a nice LED strip right here as well. Like the overall design of it, I think it looks absolutely amazing. Kia knows how to make aggressive LED tail lights and headlights, and I think that they've done a great job. Getting over here to the back glass, we actually have the wiper blade hidden right there, which I think is absolutely great that they went ahead and did that. Kia, great job. I think you should do that for every single model you have in your lineup. Kia badge right there, very nice big trunk. And down here, as you can see, you have more of that black plastic cladding with the silver finish all across. Your rear camera right here, and if you press that button to the right, we go ahead and get into the trunk space. So very large trunk space. Actually it's a bit larger than the regular Telluride, so that's one thing to note really quick. And as you can see, pulling up the rear seats right here, the third row, is really easy. I actually like this functionality better than having the GT line that comes with the power seats. That takes a little bit longer, so if you need to like quickly drop it down, boom, done and dusted. And I actually like the way that is. Getting over here, you do have your charging kit right here. It's actually velcroed down here, as you can see. And then down here as well, you have more storage for more things. You have your fix-a-fly, your front license plate mount right here, and your tow right there. So really cool. You can also fold the second row, the right one, as you can see, from a button, and it's instant. Compared to the GT line where it's power operated, it takes forever, and I absolutely love the idea that it's just instant. Over here you have 125 volt AC right here, so you can go ahead and plug in more stuff, as well as these little hangers right here to go ahead and put a net over here, or you could actually put some groceries, which is really functional and great. I think it looks absolutely amazing. Really nice design, very wide, as you can see. Huge opening, so you could fit, you know, a baby stroller in here, just to keep that in mind. I know that a lot of people who buy these vehicles absolutely have, you know, kids, because it is a third row and they want to take around their family. But really nice. You also have a hold functionality. You could set the height of the tailgate, which is pretty cool, and you have another 12 volt right there, which is absolutely amazing. But with that being said, let's go ahead and get to the second row of the GT, not the GT, the EV9. Nice LED lights, I love it. So second row, huge door. I mean, when I say huge, look how big that is. That is massive. Love that, because that's gonna have the functionality of being able to, you know, enter the vehicle easily, but also bringing in a baby seat to the back seat. Now this is, like I said, the Win model, so this one has the full bench style. If you get the GT line, you can get the captain's chair, and if I believe if you get the top trim, which is the Land, you can also get the one with the bench, the captain's style chairs. But I like the way that it looks. Let's go ahead and get into the door panel area. Really nice soft touch all across these. This is a nice material all across here, a nice door handle as well. Love the overall design, and you have nice padding all across here as well with this nice satin finished trim here. You have your speaker system right here, and you have an area for bottles of water or a baby milk, if you have one that doesn't actually spill. Getting to the rear seats actually is very simple. It folds forward and it slides forward, so this is going to be great for whenever you're having a baby seat here. You could still fold it forward and you could still get into the rear seat area, which is absolutely great. To go ahead and put it back into its place just like that, and if you want to recline it a little bit more, that's what you do. Great. So let's go ahead and get into the interior. You have a nice grab handle right here, so it's very easy for the grandparents to go ahead and get into the interior, and the legroom space is absolutely amazing. This is exactly where I would be sitting. Sitting up tall, let me go ahead and see the headroom. We do have a window, top window right here. With that being said, I have about probably I want to say an inch and a half of headroom space, so that's going to be great for taller people. I'm 6 foot tall, so I would say somebody who's 6'3" or 6'4" probably wouldn't be able to fit in here sitting up tall. I would say they would have to slouch a little bit, but nonetheless, really great space. I have a ton, man, I have about 4 to 5 inches of legroom space. That is crazy. That is amazing. Nice foot area. If you were a taller fella, you can go ahead and have your feet down there. It's not going to crush you like all those other brands. Nice seats all across, really nice and plush. As you can see right here, you still have an area for your cup holders. Like the way that Kia went ahead and did it like this instead of putting it here. I absolutely love it. Very plush headrest over here, so then anybody who's sitting here will be able to enjoy. You do have mat pockets on either side, which is great if you're a driver or passenger. Sometimes passengers need to put something back here, and like for example, a driver is driving, hey, can you get me this so and so, and I have it in the mat pocket in the back of my seat. Boom, right there, they can go ahead and reach that instead of having it on one side, like the way that Kia did that. 2 USB Type-C's over here, which is great, and then also a little section right here to go ahead and put more stuff, which is great. 2 cup holders, extra cup holders, so in total you have 4, and then you also do have the bottle areas on either of the door area. But really nice material, very nice cloth material. The material on the top of the roof is actually really nice. You do also have your LED map lights right there as well, and you have air vents that are mounted on the roof, which I like. You can control all that through here on this display. You can go ahead and change the temperature, turn it on right here, as you can see, and turn it off, which is absolutely great. I think that's pretty cool. Overall, really nice. I love the plushiness of this seat. So let's go ahead and get into the third row now. Now there's 2 different ways. Whenever you're over here, you want to go ahead and enter the back, you can go ahead and press this button right here, or you can go ahead and press this button. This is going to be more accessible for the people who are sitting in the rear seat, but let's go ahead and get in. So let's get into here. Mind you, I am 6 foot tall, and I also do have the rear seats reclined all the way. You get this, move it back, and it's going to swing down forward. Yeah, I don't have a lot of space for somebody who's 6 foot tall, so this seat would actually have to be moved up. Let's go ahead and move that up really quick. And getting out is actually pretty easy. I didn't hit my head at all. I'm a very tall person, usually I always hit my head when it comes to these vehicles. But with that being said, let's move this a little bit forward, and then let's press this button. So that should be able to help us tell you exactly the space over here. Now most of the time people are gonna fit kids back here. Man, even now, well, yeah, as you can see, not a lot of space, unfortunately. I kind of wish there was more space, so you would have to ask whoever's sitting over here in the front seat in the second row to slide forward in order to fit back here if you're a taller fellow like myself. But nonetheless, let's go ahead and talk about the rear space really quick. A USB type C on either end, a cup holder, a big cup holder and a smaller cup holder for like juice packs, a little area right here to put some other snacks. Really nice. And then you have a nice seat belt area if you want to go ahead and clip that in. You can clip that in so that it's not rattling around. Speaker system on either side, so that's really great. But overall height, headroom space, it's actually pretty good. There's a ton of headroom space. You also do have your matte lights right here and your AC air vents right here as well, so that's really good. I think that's absolutely great that Kia went ahead and did that. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get into the front row seating. Man, I love the overall design of this Kia EV9. I think it looks absolutely amazing. So getting into the front seat, soft materials all across right here, nice black finish all across. You do have your ventilated and heated seats, as well as your heated steering wheel that comes standard. You also have your window switches right over here, as well as power folding mirrors. You can actually control it here, unlike a Rivian where you have to control it all through the head unit, and I really don't like that. That's one thing I'm not a huge fan about, but I like how you have it here. Nice soft padding all across here, satin finished right here, very nice material. You also do have a bottle holder area here and your speaker system. Power seats, they go in multi directions, which is great. You also do have a lumbar control right there, so it's going to be absolutely amazing for when you're driving. Nice soft plush seats all across with this nice gray finish on the top, and you have a mesh style right here for the headrest. Now the center section right here is actually padded, so it's not going to be, you know, like a hard plastic like what it is in the rear, but that's really good. You know, some kids are going to go ahead and, you see right there, some kids are going to be in the back seat and they're going to be playing around, so just to keep that in mind. So getting into the interior, you're greeted with a nice flat style steering wheel. So you have a flat bottom, flat top, nice 9-3 grip over here, really nice. I like this section right here as well. Overall it looks really nice. I like the design of the Kia EV9's interior. So Kia badge right here, and depending on the trim level, you actually get a illuminated Kia logo right here. You have your cruise control section right here. You also do have adaptive cruise control. You have your modes for your infotainment screen for the media, whether it be FM, AM, or Sirius XM. You do have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto on this model that is wireless. So this is the first model to actually get wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, which is great. You have your regenerative paddle shifters here, and then you have your turn signals and your rear wiper and your front wiper over here, and then your switch gear is actually here. Interesting enough, if you press this button right here, that's actually how you start the model. Unlike other cars where you have to press the button here or be here, you actually have to press it over here. I think that's an interesting way of doing it, but it's not my absolute favorite. I would prefer it being somewhere up here or down here, maybe in this section right here. We do also have the cool functionality of a fingerprint, so you know, whenever you set up your driver infotainment information over here, you can actually put your finger here and it will scan it and it will know exactly which driver. So driver 1, you can put your name like Josh, for example, and it will know exactly who it is. So let's go ahead and talk about display, since we've been talking about the infotainment a little bit. 12.3 inch digital gauge cluster and another 12.3 inch infotainment screen. You also do have your climate screen right here. I believe this is 5 inches if I'm not mistaken, which I'm not a huge fan. As you can see, if I was driving right here, the climate control area is actually covered up, so I can't really see it. But luckily they give you a button switch gear right here. You could change up the fan speed right there, and as well as the temperature, higher and lower depending on how you want it. You could also change the mode of where the direction of the vent should go to, and then they also do have dual climate control, so that means that the passenger can have a different type of climate section. For the passenger side, you actually do have heated and ventilated seats as well, which is great, and is power operated. Getting to the center section right here, you actually have 2 cup holders right here, really nice. They're huge, they're large. Like the overall design of it. And then cool thing is you can go ahead and put your phone here as well. It's actually gripped underneath, like on the bottom section of here, so it's going to be great, so your phone won't be flying around. And if you do want to put your phone over here, you just put it right there, and it will have the Qi wireless charging, as well as you can put your key over here. You have your auto hold functionality, hill descent control, your camera system right here. As you can see, that's the rear camera. It is trajectory right there, so it's going to be great for whenever you're lining that up. You can go ahead and turn it off. You have your parking sensors right here, and then getting over here, not a lot of space right here, but that's because we have an area right here for storage, and then you also have an area back here for storage, which is going to be great for the rear occupants. You do have a glove compartment right here. As you can see, it's a bin style. It's not lined with felt, unfortunately, but it is a bin style, which is going to be great. Nice material across the dash, soft padding right here. Unfortunately, this is a plastic style right here. You have your speaker system, another speaker system across, and your two tweeters. So overall, really cool. And you can unlock your charging port right here. And to unlock the front, which, let's go ahead and do that really quick so I can show you the amount of space that's there. You have to press it twice, like a BMW whenever you're opening up the hood. As you can see, you have space right here to put your charger and some other stuff like grocery. And if you ever do get stuck in here, boom, you could press that button right there to release yourself. You do have your windshield wiper fluid area right here, which is going to be great. And to close it, super simple, straightforward, really nice design overall. So let's go ahead and continue and talk about the infotainment screen right here. Area right here, you can actually hold the tailgate area right here, as well as turning off traction control, and to engage your emergency parking brake, which is automatically engaged when you put your vehicle in park, which is great. I like that functionality. You have the brightness for the display over here. As you can see, it actually goes in not in increments, but it just goes in percentage wise. But I like the overall design of it. Nice digital gauge cluster over here. So infotainment, this has, you know, your full map over here, and as you can see, it's actually pretty big. With Apple CarPlay, you can actually have a full width dash display of the Apple CarPlay as well as the Android Auto, so that's going to be great for whenever you're using it. As you can see, a lot of details in here, and it will be able to do mapping for charging areas as well. Really nice. I like the overall styling of it. So let's go ahead and go back home. As you can see, nice display, very fast and snappy over here. You have your phone projection, voice memos, weather, which is really nice, and then you could set up everything. You could also put this vehicle in valet mode, so whenever you are dropping it off somewhere and you feel like the valet is gonna just take it out for a spin, you can go ahead and put it in valet mode. I'm sure you could put a code in it to make sure that they won't be able to access it. But really nice display. Everything's over the air update, like I stated, so it's going to be able to help with that. As I was mentioning earlier, you could actually check up the charging sites across. You can see they have charging sites around here. And fun fact, yes, this model, the Kia, Hyundai, and Genesis products will soon be able to charge at Tesla charging sites. They did an agreement with Tesla last year, so we should be probably expecting to maybe later on this year be able to have access. Right now only 2 brands have it, which is Rivian and Ford, so we should be able to have access for that later on. But overall, very nice display, a lot of headroom up here in the front. I'm 6 foot tall, like I said, and I have it in the seating position I have it in. Really nice. But with that being said, let's go ahead and take it out for a drive. So let's go ahead and put it into drive, and putting it into drive is very simple. You just twist up and it will immediately go into drive. Now if you want to go into reverse, you twist down. There's actually going to be a vibration, which is a safety feature, so you know exactly if you are in reverse or in park. I believe if you open the door, it automatically puts you into park, which is going to be great. So let's go ahead and put it into drive. Let me show you that reverse camera again really quick. You know, very nice trajectory, so you know exactly where you're going to be getting into. Let's put it into drive. So the Kia EV9 wind all-wheel drive model actually produces 379 horsepower, which is the exact same as what the Kia GT line makes, which is great because you can get all that performance in a less expensive vehicle, and it even looks really good still, even without the GT package that the EV9 comes with. It actually looks really good in my honest opinion. Now, it has the exact same amount of torque. It is a dual motor setup, so you have one motor up in the front and one motor in the rear, and what that does is it's going to have a lot of torque as well. So that's going to be around 519 pound-feet of torque, actually 516 pound-feet of torque, which is going to be a great amount. It's going to help whenever you're trying to get onto the highway, or if you're wanting to drive spiritually around curves. It's going to help. Now, going over these bumps, the suspension is actually very soft. I like a soft suspension for a family hauler like this one. You have 3 rows of space, and you would expect that from a model like this. I actually feel that it feels a lot better than what the Kia Telluride feels whenever you're driving it. I like that the suspension is soft. You know, you do still feel a little bit of the road imperfections, but that's a good thing. I think that that will actually help out overall when it comes to the driving characteristics of this model. If I'm going to be driving a car, I want to feel the road presence as a whole. Now, you do also have the regenerative braking, so to increase it, you actually have to you press your paddle shifters. Cannot be, no, let's see, there we go. So you can actually change it. You actually have an auto functionality, so that you can increase it here and decrease it over here, which is great. We're gonna go ahead and take this road over here, and we're gonna gun it a little bit. So let's take this road over here. Very, very fast, very planted. And that dual motor is going to be great for whenever you're driving around city. Now, like I said, this has regenerative braking, so all of that brake friction is actually going to eat back into the battery and give you more range. Right now, this model has 95% of battery life left, and it's gonna be able to go ahead and do around 300 miles of range on a single charge at 100%. So that's gonna be great overall. Let's take it around this little median right here, this section. As you can see, really nice turn-in functionality. Like the overall feeling of this car, and there's not a lot of sound coming out from the rear, so that's a really good thing. You know, usually when you drive these big 3-row SUVs, you hear a ton of things in the back, a lot of rattles and stuff like that, imperfections, because the whole cabin is open. But with this one, it's actually not open at all, which is great. So let's go ahead and take it onto this road right here, and we're gonna go ahead and stop really quick. Let's see how it feels. We're gonna brake boost it. Oh, that feels good. Whoa, that feels amazing. The liftoff is actually amazing in this model. Really cool. I like the softness of these seats too. Now, I'm a huge person when it comes to seats because my back, you know, it does hurt. I used to be a warehouse worker a long time ago, and my back does hurt. And luckily with this seat, you actually have the lumbar control, so you can go ahead and put it out and in. Unfortunately, like my car doesn't even come with lumbar assist, but this vehicle does. So for anybody who is a lot older, who's worked in warehouse and has a bad back, just know that this car is actually going to be a lot more nicer to drive around. You're going to have that nice comfortability, and this display is actually not very distracting. I know a lot of displays that are huge, like 14-inch or 16-inch displays, it's very distracting, but with this model, you don't have a lot of distractions at all. I think the way that Kia has laid it out is phenomenal. Let's go ahead and take it over here, and I'm gonna go ahead and return the other way, and I'm gonna stay quiet so you guys can hear what's going on. So as you can see, the model actually is very quiet. The only thing you can hear in the background is the mats that are still in their wrapping. But as you can hear, very quiet interior. You can hear that battery, and I think it just feels great. I mean, the overall feeling of this vehicle is great. It's an affordable 3-row SUV for the electrify era, and that is actually a great thing. Not a lot of car companies are coming out with 3 rows that are fully electric yet, and Kia has actually come out the gate with a nice price point for this model. Now this one I believe is roughly around $66,000 for this model with the package and what it comes equipped with. You could get the GT line that is roughly around $76,000 if you want to go ahead and go for the sporty appearance. Now also Kia is coming out with an EV9 that is going to be a GT product. So you're gonna have a full performance model. It's gonna likely be the exact same high performance model as what the Kia EV6 is with that GT line, that GT package. You're gonna have the nice green seat belts, the nice green brake calipers, as well as that performance that you get out of that model. But let's go ahead and take it back to the park over there, and let's go ahead and finish off this video. So now that we're back over here at the park, let's go ahead and conclude this video of the Kia EV9 Win long range model. Now I want to state that I believe that this is a perfect model in my opinion. That eGMP platform is very nice. That low center of gravity of the battery being there in the middle, that skateboard chassis, you know, it's going to be absolutely great whenever you're going around curves. You're going to be more planted. There is a little bit of body roll, but it's nothing to, you know, right off to thinking that, hey, you know, I'm gonna go around a curve and I'm gonna like fly off the side of the road. I think the overall styling of the EV9 looks absolutely amazing. The overall lines, the front end, this is a Kia Telluride electrified, and I think that Kia's design team actually killed it with the front end. That opposites unite with the rear end and how it looks. I actually like the way that Kia did it, because most brands will go ahead and do a front end like this and then they'll kind of try to mimic that for their rear design, but I think they killed it over here. Now one of the like 3 main reasons why I think that you should definitely go ahead and get this is because number 1, it's an electric variant of what we've known and loved for the Kia Telluride, and it looks striking. The overall design, like I stated, very nice side profile, nice rims with that ninja star styling. Number 2, you're going to be saving a lot of money compared to going when it comes to going to the pump if you were to get a Telluride. And number 3, you're gonna have that level of comfortability whenever you are hauling people around. The one main thing that I always, you know, I want to state is that most people who buy these 3-row SUVs have a large family, have kids that still are in their child seats, and then they have their grandparents that could sit in the rear if they need to. The overall styling, how large the back row is with the foot section is really nice, and then having this nice sunroof over here in the front and in the rear is great. But like I stated, I think they actually knocked it out of the park. So with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and conclude the video, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you later. Bye bye.